One of the hardest things to reconcile for people is how God can be loving and the world to be so full of pain and suffering. C.S. Lewis actually said when he was going through deep pain that the danger was not that he would quit believing in God, but that he would believe horrible things about God. Believe that God was cruel, that God was not loving, that God was not good. And I think that's where a lot of people can be when they look around at the world that is so broken and then they're in pain themselves. It's actually what I felt when my little brother was killed when he was 20 years old. So let me just give you a couple things that helped me. The first was I noticed that the people, when I was in deep grief, the people that helped me were not just the people who would come and spend time with me, but it was the people who had had a similar thing happen to them. So they understood me. They understood the pain that I was in and they could identify with it. And one of the things that struck me is that Christianity is the only religion in the world that even remotely suggests that God is so concerned about your pain, about my pain, that he was willing to enter into it and actually experience it in the person of Jesus Christ. So when Jesus comes and offers to spend time with me when I am in pain, he is doing it as someone who has been through, has felt what I feel. Therefore, he can have compassion. That's why the Bible says that God is close to the brokenhearted. That was one thing. And that meant a lot to me. That was pretty precious for me to think of that with Jesus. The other thing is I just recently went through knee surgery where they replaced my knee. And the surgeon didn't promise that I'd be out of pain right away, even though I wanted to be. What he did promise was that there's going to come a time in the future when I would not only feel no pain, but I would feel better than I've ever felt. That's the promise of Jesus. Jesus never promises that we will be out of pain right now, even though that's what we want when we're in the midst of pain. What Jesus does promise is that sometime in the future, not only will there be no pain, but we will be better than we have ever been. In the words of J.R.R. Tolkien, all sad things will become untrue. That Jesus will one day wipe away every tear, and that's what I look to. So when I am in pain, when I think about the suffering of the world, the two things that help me the most both have to do with taking a deeper look at Jesus. That Jesus endured pain, and then he can relate to me when I'm in pain. But more than that, through Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, he has promised that he will end all pain, and I believe him.